Hello, I'm Mantastic and Fantastic, and today I want to talk about version 20.3 update, which has just gone live in North America. So, version updates are always exciting because it means, pad is still advancing, and it's been quite a long journey. So, the first thing that comes to mind with this version update is the 10-player bonus resets. And for those who have not experienced a reset, they will be resetting all of the rank memorial machines. So if you have achieved rank 150 all the way up to potentially rank 1000, you get to have a free pull, and obviously the higher up you go in rank, the better the pull. So it's just happy I'm gonna get some Godfest exclusives to replace some trade fodder, which I have actually utilized kind of recently. Furthermore, there will be a best friend reset. So best friends are obviously the best type of friends you can have in pad, but more so the point is they stay available for 24 hours since their last login. And that's going to let you basically just continuously use that card over and over again. If they have, like, say, a specific latent setup or inheritance setup, it can make your life easier. And a best friend reset doesn't mean you lose your previous best friends. You're given, like, what I like to call a best friend token, and that token can be used to acquire another best friend. So if you had, say, 3 best friends before the reset, you gain another token, you can use that, and now you will have 4. It's a good thing to do, but obviously try and pick someone, who has, like, the leaders you want, or someone or maybe your alternate account if, you just made one recently. There's also the gift present reset, which has now become kind of outdated. It's like 30 pluses or like a snow globe. Still something. It's a good way to, show your affection to another person. But either way, resets are always fun. Furthermore, when you complete the tutorial, you'll receive a whole host of wonderful goodies. And for those players, well, that's actually, to be fair, everyone to a certain extent has to clear the tutorial. So, we're just going to receive in our mailbox all these wonderful goodies for, just logging in. More is more. I like free stuff personally. But the biggest change that I think is most meaningful is the monster box adjustment for stackable monsters. So, Evolution, Awoken, Enhance, and Redeemable monster materials they could be stacked, but they also were taking up box space. And with this latest update, I gained like 400 plus box space. And I'm just thinking, I didn't realize I had that much stuff, but it is what it is. And suddenly I have hundreds more box space to, fill up with possible junk. But either way, it's probably my favorite feature of this actual update is just having all this amount of monster box space. Still watch my ads if I can, because, who knows? Maybe I'll fill up that 400 box space pretty quickly. Another aspect is the normal and technical dungeons have been reworked because, in all honesty, like, the early normal and technical dungeons are completely outdated, in all honesty. They're just so tedious at this point in time. Like, you can, like, one combo, like, Hino or, like, even Varroa Kitty. Like, just, like, so many easy ways to, like, just breeze through these dungeons. And they're going to reduce the number of battles down to 3 or 5, which will definitely make things much faster. And there are some, like, bonus first-time clear rewards, which are kind of cool. More so, like, just clear them for the stones, and any other extra zest is just icing on top, so to speak. Another aspect is some of the achievements have been removed and then converted into rewards for badges. So if you've playing in solo mode, you are able to select a variety of different badges that give various perks and benefits. Now, there are stronger options out there, of course, as you achieve as you hit other achievements, but it's nice when you just start out, because at rank 15 to 85, you probably can get that with, like, an experience of a lifetime, possibly, maybe. But point of the matter is, you have all these extra badges that can give you a little bit of an extra edge when you're playing through dungeons, especially if you are a newer player. Another thing that has changed is the Attribute Absorption Piercer Latent now requires only 2 attributes attacking at once as opposed to 3 attacking at once. Good times all around. We are able to now roll the rare egg machine, or any egg machine that costs magic stones can be done 5 times at once. For myself personally, I'd rather be disappointed at a much slower rate as opposed to 5 times faster, because that's just the way I work. And, like, it's kind of fun rolling, because, like, rolling is one of the most exciting parts of pad. And if you're going to blow your magic stones that quickly, not for me, but, maybe it is for you. The amount of magic stones paid will be shown when you're deleting your account to, guilt trip you into not deleting your account. I just don't delete your account. The display of attack multipliers has been adjusted to, like fit better on the screen because attack multipliers are now just going through the roof. It's just a little bit of like a better visual improvement. There are some other general improvements like bug changes. The app icon has changed, website has changed. Cool. Either way, other things that are exciting for this are new evolutions and upgrades. So there's not too much this time around, unfortunately. Matcha did receive a couple of different evolutions, and regardless if it's her blue or green form, she's going to have an 8-turn leader swap active skill. And this is great for, say, fixed leader dungeons, because if you can build a team that's competent or like has some synergy with that respective dungeon, life can be much easier, because usually the fixed leaders they give us are pretty terrible, and being able to leader swap something better into position can be great. The water matcha wants to match water and heart orbs all the time, so if you have a way to generate those on a regular basis, maybe you can make it work. She does have potentially triple 10 combos, so huge amounts of damage, but the drawback is her active skill is dead weight once you've swapped into position. Like maybe you utilize like 7x6 or whatever it may be. You swap into position, you can't use this active skill again, because if you do, you swap back out of being the leader. So I feel like it's more of a situational aspect, and her different colored evolutions, like such as green here, it becomes more row based as opposed to blue being kind of like trying to be like, I guess, royal oaky in the sense that, the L is there. I don't know. But like the point of the matter is, like, it's a leader swap on an 8-turn cooldown, which can make life easier if you're playing through content where at least the other fixed leader has some synergy with this respective leader, because the green matcha needs to match 6 or more connected wood orbs, and you're going to need to have orb generators. Now, they also received weapon assists, and these weapon assists are leader swap active skills on a 19-turn cooldown. So it could potentially make it so you have the ability to swap in someone desirable on like 7x6, or if you entered with Saline in order to like gain more rank experience. For blue matcha, you get a VDP and a 1 second of orb movement time. Not bad, of course, and obviously, if you're playing a VDP-heavy team, this can be quite meaningful. It's a leader swap of a 1-turn delay. The green one is actually a little different, or quite different, I should say. They have a wood sub-attribute changing awakening, which is great for mono wood teams, bind immunity, and 3 rows. So blob-based teams, I find, can make great use of this weapon assist, or even Nautilus himself. Why not give him a tiny bit of extra damage output, because Nautilus needs to be bind immune. But point of the matter is, that sub-attribute provides 15% of their attack value in wood, which can make your life a little bit nicer. And the active skill for Green Matcha's weapon assist is actually 3 turns of, I'm assuming, 75% damage reduction when it says vastly reduced. And then you get 10 times attack for wood for 1 turn. So if you need a long-lasting, extremely large shield, this could be an option, especially if you can take advantage of these various awakenings. Next is Super Reincarnated Osiris, who can function as a strong TPA option. They have 8 TPAs due to the fact that these TPA pluses are worth 2 each. And with 8 TPAs, they can run the unmatchable latent, and every time you match a wood or a red TPA, you will clear 8 turns of unmatchable. Great option there. The damage output is wonderful as well, because 8 TPAs plus 2 attack while below 50%, with the possibility of getting another attack while below 50%, makes it so that Osiris can hit incredibly hard. The drawback is there's not really too many places we can truly utilize them. Green TPAs haven't really taken off, I feel, for the most part. And their active skill is actually quite strong, I'd say. You remove orb blocks, change the rightmost column to wood, which guarantees yourself that TPA, and it gives you 2 times max HP and orb movement time for 1 turn. So that bonus HP can be used as a pseudo shield, so to speak, because you've suddenly doubled your health, which in turn doubles your effective health. So it can make a little bit of a difference. I feel like Osiris is just kind of waiting for a great place to be utilized on, unfortunately. Next is Tachibana, and Tachibana is a potentially strong rainbow card because they have 3 4-attribute awakenings with the potential to have crosses, so their personal damage could be reasonably high, but I feel like an excessive number of crosses is, well, excessive, because you don't truly need that many for the most part. Most of the time, I'd say. Like, sometimes you're just clearing a sticky blind Skyfall, and you can get rid of that with like a single cross awakening. So maybe a little excessive, and if you're especially not matching many crosses on the regular basis. Their active skill gives you a full board unlock and changes the board to fire, water, wood, light, and hearts. So no dark orbs. So rainbow-based teams who need to proc off of 4 or less colors can function well, or 4 colors plus hearts. So you have to be mindful of the type of rainbow team you're using them on. It also gives you vastly reduces damage, so again, it should be 75% damage reduction for a single turn, and then enhances all orbs. I guess you can make the argument that maybe if you need a 4 skill boost card that can deal with large amounts of sticky blinds, maybe Tachibana can be good, but I just feel like they're not as magical as when they kind of first came out. There was a period in time where like Nohime and Tachibana were pretty desirable cards to run on a variety of teams, but that's unfortunately not the case. Oh, look. Okay, never mind. Upgrades. So, various cards have received upgrades, which they didn't actually list. But Tachibana, Osiris, Matcha, we kind of saw their benefits there. All the Mystic Knights receive buffs. I don't really feel like they can be truly utilized that well. Oh, these Mystic Knights, I don't know, like extremely old farmable cards. Like I took a look-see through them and I'm like, cool, they're buff, but I'm not going to really utilize them. Leyland, Karen, Mei, and Haku received various buffs. Again, I don't feel like it's like challenging to utilize them super well. I find their story mode evolution to be a bit more exciting for the most part because it can be utilized for S ranking or just like situational things. Like I haven't used my Chinese Celestials in quite a long time outside of their weapon assist, and it was unfortunate their weapon assist didn't get buffed. And then Amberjack received a buff, so the coolest fish in pad is, I guess, even cooler. Either way, the last notable thing to mention is that the Heroine series will be returning on Monday, so I will do a review of that in some way, shape, or form, but it won't come out at this point in time. I'm going to wait a little bit longer to, gather my thoughts, so to speak. But with that being said, those are all the most notable aspects that I could glean from the version 20.3 update. So, with that being said, let me know what you think about this update in the comment section down below. Which part are you most excited for? But for myself, it's, having 400 plus more box space. Regardless of all that, hopefully you all have a truly fantastic day. I wish you all the best on your own pad adventures, and happy puzzling.